John D. Gillespie.
Father Gillespie, welcome, but just identify
Thank
yourself.
you. John Gillespie. I'm a pastor of St. Augustine Catholic Student Center, but I'm also on the board of St. Francis House. I thank you for the time you're giving to this consideration. I'd speak in favor, obviously, of renewing both permits. I think probably that you should be considering permanent permits that don't need to be renewed. We, I think, have established our citizenship and our contribution to the community by now that we should not be brought before a group like this time and time again, but we'll be willing to come. It gives us a little bit of publicity as well. We're grateful for that. Bishop Bob Baker, who founded St. Francis House 33 years ago, at the Catholic Student Center. St. Augustine's was back in town 6 weeks ago to help us celebrate our 50th anniversary, and came down to St. Francis House and helped serve the poor. He's now the Bishop of Birmingham, Alabama, and left us a wonderful legacy which we continue trying to live up to. If one were not very cognizant of the issues, I could imagine somebody with all the lead up to this, imagining that we were talking about distributing toxic waste, nuclear dumps, Yucca Mountain, with all the preparations and everything. We're measuring 2,000 feet here and doorways here and how many people there. I think probably Cafe Risque is one of the things that Gainesville is too well known for, and I think it'd be great if Gainesville were known better for St. Francis House. The catastrophic social conditions and financial conditions we're in came along, and they will fade again, but the poor will always have with us, and the care of this community to respond, I think, has been excellent. The governmental groups like yourselves are tasked with looking after the well-being of the citizenry and of the city, and I think that it would be a fair suggestion that people being able to eat, as Mr. Brinkman said, and sleep constitutes part of well-being. And if you don't have St. Francis House, where will it be taken care of? If anything, I think we should be ashamed that we have a 130 limit on serving meals. It ought to be either limitless, as many as hungry as there are ought to be able to come and be fed, but it certainly should be far beyond. Instead of trying to prove that we have kept under it, I'm ashamed that we aren't doing more. The place where I have the biggest problems with defecating, urinating, and people lying on the sidewalks and the streets is around my own church at the university. The back entry to my church, they urinate in and defecate in all the time under my windows on the lawn in front of the church, and it's all young people and university students. I love them. I've spent 28 years working with them, but the real problem is the university students and the entertainment businesses bringing them downtown. It's not the homeless.
Thank you, Father Gillespie. Madam Clerk.
Reverend Milford Lewis Geiner.
Reverend Greiner, welcome, and identify yourself.